I'm not recording yet. Hold on, I gotta get stuff set up. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Alright.
I've been recording this whole time, though.
Oh, man. Why?
So that we could yell at each other some. Celery man.
Why would you do that? You're trying to sow seeds of discord. Oh, yeah, get it? Because we're on... Oh no.
Good morning, Paul. What will your first sequence of the day be?
Computer load up Celery Man, please.
Yes, Paul.
Welcome to the second episode of the podcast.
Alright, before we get started, we're going to be talking about some serious issues on this podcast.
We are?
So...
Dang it, I hate this.
Hold on. Don't...
Welcome to the podcast.
If we make jokes, don't get mad. Just don't get mad at us. We can't take it when people get mad and criticize us.
Yeah,
I don't
really
like
rude.
it when people disagree with me.
Yeah,
so don't do that. Oh, speaking of mean, I'm just looking at the news right now.
Welcome to the second episode of the podcast.
Yes, welcome to the second episode of the podcast, where we
look at the news, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, also, can you send me the links to the articles you look at so I can put them up on screen?
I guess.
Like, you don't have to do it right now.
I guess.
Oh, we're recording, by the way.
Yeah, I know. So, how about that weather?
It's hot. Pretty hot.
Yeah. Yesterday, it rained. It just poured rain. I was at Chick-fil-A yesterday, and it just poured rain for like 2 hours, and then it immediately cleared up, and it was really nice and sunny for the rest of the day, so that annoyed me.
Well, that's really interesting.
I thought so too. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Talk about how we hate your friends from Ohio.
Oh yeah. If you're listening and you're from Ohio and I knew you at some point in the past, just go. I can't even. Well, for one thing, stop listening to the podcast. That's the number one thing. Just don't listen to our podcast. Only. Please. No, basically just anyone but Ohio people. Anyone, if you're from Ohio, just go listen to like something
Ohio
else.
Cast.
Yeah, go listen to the Ohio podcast.
Oh, I forgot to do the theme. Hold on.
Oh, goody. You don't have to. That's not necessary.
Theme song of the theme song.
Welcome to episode 2 of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Ethan and Logan saves the world.
I'm playing Crete.
That's against the law.
Welcome to the second episode of the podcast. I'm recording. Alright, this has been garbage so far. What topics do we have? Our guest Paul Rudd should be on soon.
No, we're not doing that, I told you.
Alright, we're 5 minutes in. 25 minutes to go.
Oh yeah.
Let's keep stalling.
Oh yeah.
Stall for half an hour.
So, I know we talked about Facebook last episode, but it's what I've been thinking about recently.
Yeah,
I have a lot of friends on Facebook. Actually, no, comparatively, I have a comparatively low number of Facebook followers compared to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Facebook friends. But a lot of the friends that I do have, specifically from the ones from Ohio, post a lot of inspirational quotes and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's just interesting to me. Like, I know I talked about this earlier. Stop it.
Yeah.
I know we talked about this earlier, but it's interesting to me. Like, my automatic response to inspirational / like uplifting quotes or just posts in general is like always negative. Just my base immediate reaction. I'm like, oh, that's so cringy. Like, who cares? Like, it's not helping anyone. But it sort of makes me wonder, because I see a lot of positive responses to that kind of material, and it just sort of makes me wonder, am I just so overly cynical and negative and bitter that I can't handle people genuinely expressing uplifting thoughts?
Probably.
What's your, like, yeah. Alright, let's move on.
Alright. So,
here's another. I've been getting all these ads on Facebook for coolest t-shirt with no dash between the T and the shirt, so it's just shirt.
Yeah.
And it's all of these shirts. All of them have this same pattern. It's either I'm called, and it's either lucky mom or lucky dad, or great mom or great dad, and it's because I have a freaking awesome son / daughter. And then he has, this is the one I'm looking at specifically. He has a great gift from God. He has anger issues and he's a bit crazy, but I love him and he's my best friend. I'm so proud to be his mom. In parentheses, yes, he bought me this shirt.
That's really what does it for me. Yes, he bought me this shirt. It's like, well, that kind of cancels it out, doesn't it?
Yeah, that kind of makes the rest of this not matter, doesn't it?
I have an awesome son. Wow. Thanks.
The funny thing is about this is that you can clearly tell in the picture that it's just a person posing in a black shirt, and then they photoshopped the text onto it because it doesn't fit the contours of the shirt at all. Like, it's all wrinkled at the bottom, but the text is still like perfectly fine and readable.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to me. Like, I mentioned that I'm friends with a lot of people that post uplifting and encouraging content on Facebook, but I'm also part of this group. It's the sarcasm group on Facebook with like 10,000 members.
Yeah.
And so I have just a mix. I have basically only two kinds of things on my news feed. I have either uplifting and encouraging content, or I have things... Hold on, let me find a good one.
Yeah.
Things that people post that they think they're being, like, sarcastic, but it's just really dumb and cringy.
Yeah.
I basically only have cringy stuff on Facebook, on my news feed, unfortunately.
Do furries count as cringy?
Yeah,
I guess they do,
furries
yeah.
are
Alright.
generally pretty cringy.
Alright, then I have basically only cringy stuff on my Facebook.
Okay.
Uggy. Yeah, but what about Celery Man, though?
No.
Sorry, I'm testing the audio.
Okay. It sounds awful. Oh, speaking of
Solutions for it.
seeing a picture of someone dabbing. Just don't dab, people. Come on.
Don't live your life. Yeet. Sheesh.
Just stop.
Just stop having fun. It personally affects me when you dab. Idiot.
Alright. Speaking of weather...
Stay down. Yeah?
I've heard
weather.
This is going to be the worst... the wettest spring on record.
Yeah.
In recorded history.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Doesn't surprise me.
It's not even... I guess it's technically not really spring anymore, but it's not even hurricane season, and already we have tons of flooding.
Oh yeah.
So
we
that's
also
really
don't get hurricanes here, and it's super flooding.
What?
We don't get hurricanes in Oklahoma, and it's flooded real bad.
Yeah, but I mean, also it's flooded all the way down to Louisiana and Texas.
Wow, that's far down.
It's about as far down as you can get. Oh, I know how much you love Fox and Friends. I'm just
oh boy, that's my dude. I love that show almost as much as I love The Five.
Meet the veterans who walked out of a meeting with I'm just gonna say AOC. Meet the veterans who walked out of a meeting with AOC. Oh goody.
Dude, I can't wait to meet people who were disrespectful of someone with no context, because that's a really poor headline.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they're veterans, and I respect that, but that headline just makes them sound rude.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, come on the show, because you're conservative.
It's because... No, the reason is because they put AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, by putting her name in the headline, they automatically cancel out any rudeness. Like, in the eyes of a lot of people, they cancel out anything that bad that those veterans might have done, like disrespectful or not. They
because
can't do anything wrong because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a liberal.
Well, I mean, she's like a mecca liberal.
Progressive.
Compared to like real. Okay, sorry, my mic. Compared to like real life liberals, I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, I was just changing while speaking on the podcast. I took my shirt off over my earbuds and phone. And then put another one on.
Alright, fair.
Yeah. So what game should I play to distract myself while we're doing this?
I don't know, but a father, mother, and 5-year-old son stole $800 worth of frames from Richmond Eye Exports.
Wow. I don't think I could care less.
The owner said it looked like the 5-year-old boy had been trained to steal as he slipped the frames into his father's pocket.
Yeah, I was watching him from right behind the counter as he slipped those frames into his father's pocket, and they walked out with 500 eyeglass frames sticking out of his father's back left pocket.
No, it was 800 eyeglass frames. The frames are worth $1 a piece.
Yeah, the other 300 were in the son's pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them drive away in a white Chevy Silverado that they had to fill the gas up at the gas station that I own, and then they also needed a jump start, so I got in my truck and gave them a jump start, and then once they drove off, I called the cops. You know how it be sometimes.
You know how it be sometimes when you're just watching someone steal from you, and
you're like,
leave, and then you're like, You know what?
Get back here.
I've got another 800 frames. I don't need those.
Then you change your
You
mind.
can have them. And then you change your mind and call the cops.
Yeah. Yep. Alright.
Do you like guns?
So it's my birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked if you like guns.
So to answer your question, I mean, like, I don't really care for, shovels. So I don't really care for guns, because apparently they're just tools, like any other tool. Also, okay, I heard this on CBS News, and the shooting a couple days ago was awful, and I'm not going to excuse that, but they were like, officials say the shooting was done with a suppressor, and I'm like, if I go run someone over with my car, Ethan, and I do it on purpose, is that wrong?
Yeah.
If I put shocks on my car so when I run them over it won't make as much of a bump, is putting the shocks on my car wrong? Or is it me running them over that's wrong?
It's you running them over.
Yeah, so why do you... a suppressor isn't gonna affect it at all. People are still gonna hear a gun, whether or not there's a suppressor on it.
People, if you watch movies where they have suppressors on guns, it's like, pew, pew. It's like, pew, pew. Like, they make it sound like a suppressor actually works. But suppressors are actually more generally used. It does dampen the sound a little bit, but it's only effective when you're past, 300 yards.
Yeah, aren't they mainly used to stabilize the weapon?
No, because it makes it heavier in the front, so it's actually less stable. But they're mostly used to suppress the flash.
Okay. So let me rephrase that. If I put shades over my headlights...
Yeah, there you go.
And then honk when I'm about to hit the person...
Then it's obviously not your fault. They knew you were coming. They heard you honk.
This is getting into dangerous territory.
Why do you say that?
Oh, because we're about to drive into Mexico. We're actually in a car. Ethan's driving.
I am? Oh,
yeah.
Snap. I should probably, grab the wheel, probably.
Yeah, probably.
At some point.
We were supposed to be going to Missouri.
I thought
we're in one of those self-driving car doohickeys.
We're going to California.
Oh, cool.
Why would anyone want to listen to this?
I have no earthly idea. So what are your top... Ow.
Top 5 favorite albums.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Burger King Footlights.
Should I name my 5 while you're thinking?
Yes.
Alright, number 5.
Since obviously you already have this thought out.
So do they have to be albums that were all recorded in one studio, or can they be compilation albums as well?
It does not really matter.
Alright, cool. Number 5 is Incesticide by Nirvana, because oh yeah.
It's not really a album. That's more of a compilation, if I'm honest. I'm gonna guess that 4 of your top 5 are all gonna be Nirvana.
That's
actually
incorrect.
We'll go
That's
with
also
3
incorrect.
of your top 5. Yeah, no, it's correct. Trust me, I know.
Oh, alright. Because I really like a lot of the songs off of that, and they're just weird, rare songs, and the only reason the compilation was released is because so many people were bootlegging recordings from Nirvana concerts to get these songs. Anyway, if you couldn't tell, people kept doing it because there's 400,000 live Nirvana recordings. Anyway, number 4 is Rooms of the House by La Dispute. Shut up. So...
Basically.
It's just an awesome album, and each song contains a story that has something to do with this house in Michigan, and then they all have to do with the same house, and it's really cool. It tells this really long story, and it's about it throughout the years. It's pretty neat, and it's recorded really well.
Number 3.
Number 3
is the 21 Pilots self-titled album. It just has so many amazing songs on there, and like the lyrics are so good, and like the production could be better, but I mean, it's so good. I hope they do a remake of it someday. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Number
Probably
2.
not.
In Utero by Nirvana 2013 mix. In Utero is already an insanely good album with just like a ton of Nirvana's best songs on there. But then the 2013 mix, the original producer, Steve Albini, went back and remixed the songs in 2013 with way more time to do it. So they sound way better. And he got rid of a lot of the unneeded effects on vocals and stuff like that to give it a more raw sound.
Which is what Kurt wanted in the beginning.
Yeah. And he was happy with the way the album sounded. But, you know, he's dead. So, number 1 is White Wall's self-titled album. Because
Really?
while it might just seem like this
That's a
insane
bold
wall
choice,
of noise...
Considering I've never heard of that.
Oh, I played it for you once. In study hall.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it just...
I listened to 15 seconds of it.
Yeah, I know. It's just this really unknown underground Australian band, and their first album is just awesome. It has like 3 guitars overlaid. Everything is really well recorded and mixed. The drums are really tight and sweet. And there's not a song on that album that I wouldn't listen to on like a maybe not daily basis, but like every other day. It's so good. Honorable mentions: The Shags, every album.
You
All right,
you
go
can't
ahead.
do that. Hold on. Number 5.
Number 5.
Hold on.
Hold on.
These are going to be the definitely the normie picks.
Okay. I don't judge anymore.
Number 5, Pink Floyd,
Normie.
The Wall. Actually, no. It's hard. I'm going to say The Dark Side of the Moon.
Yes.
I really like both of the albums, but I kind of like the Dark Side of the Moon better.
It's an awesome album.
Yeah, and I
like-
really like how...
Yeah.
No, shut up.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll let you talk.
It's your turn. It's your turn. It's your turn.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right, it's my turn. Sorry. I shouldn't have flipped out.
It's okay.
I really like how cohesive it is, and like basically each side of the album is one cohesive piece of music that never really ends until it fades into the other songs, and I really like that effect.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'm gonna say "Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness" by Smashing Pumpkins, because not only is it 28 songs, which is a lot, but like all of them are good.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of like really, really it was just a really influential song because they hadn't, like, no one in the 90s released a double album with 28 songs other than the Smashing Pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one mainstream, at least.
Mainstream.
Number 3, the original Weezer self-titled album, the Blue Album. I don't know have you ever listened to Weezer very much at all?
Yeah, well, I've listened to their popular song.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because they never really got Like, the Blue Album is 100% their best album, and it's also their original album, and it's also, like, you could make the argument that it was the least produced of the album, or of their albums that they made. Mm-hmm. And they never really got better from there. Like, they just kind of went up and down, and they had some good, some bad albums. But the original is just so good. They're, like you said, with the White Walls, every song on here is really fun to listen to, and you can listen to this whole thing straight through. Number 2, this is getting into hard territory. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with the self-titled the Black Album by Metallica.
Yeah.
The
Snake.
The Untitled. I guess it's technically Untitled, but everyone calls it the Black Album.
Yeah.
That is. I do like some of Nirvana. Not Nirvana. Oh my goodness, I'm an idiot. Just shoot me. Some of Metallica's stuff from the 80s was good, but to me, like, since I don't really have like a sentimental attachment to them, like some certain other people that I know.
Yeah. Like maybe, like that one person that lives with you.
I mean, shut up for a second. Yeah. Can you just shut up? Actually, no, in that case, he didn't discover them until the Black Album.
Oh, okay.
But their old stuff is like all like 8 minutes long, and there are tons of guitar solos, and I just don't really like that very much. It's just not my style. If you've ever listened to it, I don't know if you have or not, but the Black Album, they really shortened their songs a lot, and it's more of a traditional heavy metal sound, and I just really like that. Enter Sandman is obviously like and like just an amazing song, and so is The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam, Nothing Else Matters. All really good songs, and all of them working really well together. And number 1, I would have to say, probably Nevermind by Nirvana. And I know I'm a normie for picking that, but it's in it.
No, it was really hard not to put that in my top 10. My top 5, I mean.
You're an idiot. You said top 10, but you meant top 5. I'm never speaking to you again.
Boogie.
But this Nirvana or Nevermind.
Yeah.
It's another one of those where you can just listen to it straight through. I really like albums that you can listen to straight through.
Yeah.
And like never be like, no, I'm gonna skip this. Mm-hmm. Honorable mentions. Yeah. Would be Let It Be by the Beatles.
Nice.
Let It Bleed from the Rolling Stones.
Did that come out after Let It Be? Because that would be really funny.
I'm not sure. Hold on.
I think Let It Be 1970.
Yes, Let It Be was 1970. Let It Bleed was 1969.
Disappointing.
So, yeah, not quite. I really like Let It Bleed because it's a really cool, raw album. Like, it's not very well mixed technically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the sound is still pretty muddy on a lot of the songs. But I think that kind of works. They kind of, the Rolling Stones kind of use that to their benefit because that's kind of their distinct sound is kind of a little bit sloppy. You know, if it was like a pop album, it just wouldn't work. Yeah. Another honorable mention would be it would be 10, the Pearl Jam debut album.
Yeah.
That's just another really amazing debut album. But I don't think they really ever topped it.
Yeah.
Verse was another good one from them.
I don't know the name of any other Pearl Jam album. I only know 10, so that kind of speaks volumes.
Well, I mean, there's also Vitalogy, and like there are other albums that are good, and like that have obviously very recognizable songs. But as a cohesive album, 10 is definitely the best one.
Yeah, my mom knows like every song off of that album.
I mean, I think I do too.
My mom loves Pearl Jam more than Nirvana.
Oh wait, oh dang it, I forgot. This should have been in my top 5. Okay, I'm gonna replace my 5th pick. Is gonna no longer be the Pink Floyd album. I'm gonna change it to
Rip.
What?
I said Rip. Go ahead.
Shut up.
Go ahead.
You're interrupting me again.
Go.
Foo Fighters' debut album is gonna be my 5th.
That is such a good album.
Get wrecked.
Can I add some honorable mentions because I have a ton of albums. All right, Dead Indian.
We should have done top 10.
Yeah. All right, Dead Indian. Lead Me to the Sky is an amazing album that sounds a lot like Black Sabbath, but like.
Eric said, ever heard of the Shags?
So.
False.
You should really check that one out. It's a really tiny band from Arkansas that I'm not sure if the singer has died of an OD or not because their last video was like 7 months ago. And dude was constantly high, so I don't know what happened to him. Yeah. Definitely Californication by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah, that's another good one. Only it's not... Wait.
You can listen to that thing all the way through. I don't even know every song, and I already know that you can listen to that album all the way through, and it's just going to be good.
Well, there are like 17 songs. That's the only thing.
What? It's a bit long, huh?
Yeah, it is a little bit long.
Yeah.
I especially really like the title track, and then Scar Tissue is another great song, and then there's one more from that album.
Other Side?
Actually, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not from that album, the one I'm thinking of. It's Under the Bridge is another amazing song.
Sometimes is where I drew some blood. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I actually have their greatest hits on vinyl.
That's pretty cool. I wish I had a vinyl player, but I don't have room for it or like the patience for it.
Yeah, you don't have room for anything.
No, not really. And I don't have the patience or time or money to collect vinyls.
Yeah. If you go to like antique stores, you can find some pretty good ones.
Well, I mean, I know where to find vinyls. You can find old vinyls. Random old vinyls at the dollar store, or not the dollar store, but at like old thrift stores and stuff. But they're not generally good. They're generally pretty scratched.
Yeah. Well, it's because old great-grandma couldn't see very well before she died, and they gave all her records to the good one.
Yeah. You know, one artist who I'm really looking forward to their next album...
Harry Styles.
No, good heavens.
Dude, you have to listen to his debut album. It's amazing. I'm not being sarcastic.
Really?
Because I've super good.
Huh. I was talking about Billie Eilish.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because her debut album, talk about a cohesive piece as a debut album.
Yeah.
That was like, yeah.
Hopefully she's still alive.
I mean, you know... Okay, I'm going to talk about this again. I know we mentioned this. Wait, you said you weren't going to release that part. But, right?
Yeah.
So we can talk about this again?
Yeah.
It's interesting to me how many amazing artists are just really, really depressed. Like, just naming them off the top of my head. Billie Eilish, Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell, even the founder of Pink Floyd, Syd Barrett, had like a complete mental breakdown and just didn't make music anymore after like 1971. I I think Dark Side of the Moon was the first album they did without him.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that the vocals are really different.
Yeah. And also, their albums become a little bit more straightforward and less, like, weird. Like, you have albums pre-1972, like Uma Guma and Adam Hart Mother.
Yeah. Oh,
which are like...
my grandma...
Okay,
Go ahead.
They're 5 songs long.
Yeah.
Only 5 songs.
Basically EPs.
But they're... Yeah, and only... No, they're not EPs. Their running time is the same as an LP, but the songs are like 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
What were you saying about your grandmother?
It'd be like she was like, yeah, I knew this guy who had a Pink Floyd album and he played it for us, and I remember how a song sounded, but I don't remember the song. And so we looked for it, and it was Animal and whatever, the Heart Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the cow as the album cover.
Yeah, that was so...
Awesome.
It's just really bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not to say that none of Pink Floyd's other stuff is not bizarre, but what I was going to say is the song on the Animals, the album, is Shine On You Crazy Diamond refers directly to Syd Barrett.
Yeah. Also, I think Wish You Were Here does as well.
Yeah, probably.
Well, it doesn't refer directly to him, I don't think, but you know it's about him.
But yeah, it's more of a generalized thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't think this would necessarily be in my top, but Evil Empire by Rage Against the Machine is another amazing album. Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine is one of those things that I'm not really into, but I know that they're really talented.
Yeah. It's an interesting fusion of styles because fusion. No, please. It's not like fusion music. Don't take this the wrong way. Don't take this out of context. Okay.
All right, go ahead. Okay. That noise was horrifying. Shut up.
So,
stop coughing on my podcast.
Sorry. So basically, Zach, I don't want to say his name wrong.
Galifianakis.
LaRocca? I don't know how to say it. But he's like basically like a rapper who shouts.
Yeah.
And then the guitarist, who I know how to say his name, it's Tom.
Yeah. He has a guitar he wrote. Go ahead.
It's what? What are you saying about the guitar?
He wrote "Arm the Homeless" in Sharpie on his guitar.
Oh, yeah. But I was talking about his musical style. It's basically like grunge, but like even more so. Because like if you listen to a lot of his guitar solos, it's just like he's basically just rubbing his hand on the neck in a rhythmic way. Yeah. And just like it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
But anyway,
I can do that.
You've got to listen to Denzel Curry's cover of Rage Against the Machine with Tom Morello, I think. Actually, no, I'm not sure if he's actually playing the guitar. But it's Denzel Curry, who's a rapper with a band playing not Rage Against the Machine. What's his song? Bulls on Parade. Yeah. Which is a really cool song, but instead of a guitar solo, Denzel Curry raps he writes his own verse. It's really cool. You gotta listen to it.
Okay.
And hey, what how long is this recording? What's the time we're looking at?
It's a little over. It's 40 minutes. This is plenty.
All right.
This is plenty. All right, let's end it on a high note. I killed your dog.
Wait a second. You killed my dog?
No, the people listening.
Oh, especially if they're from Ohio. If you guys are from
Not to say
Ohio,
that.
go die.
I killed your dog. And if your dog recently died, I'm sorry. That's really
Your
sad.
dog is dead. If that's actually true.
I'm sorry. I hope you're able to get a new one when you move on.
All right, that's probably good. We should probably stop right there.
No! The podcast never ends! The podcast never ends! The podcast never ends!